I'm Sam Turner. I'm the CTO of the High Value Manufacturing Catapult. We're a network of manufacturing innovation centres supporting the manufacturing industry in the UK. Today I'm going to talk to you about Made Smarter Innovation Hubs. We have a pilot launch of the Smart Factory Hubs starting this month. And I'll talk a bit about what they are and most importantly why they've come into being. And if you have a look at UK manufacturing in 2020 and what the sector has experienced, I think it's fair to say it's been a disruptive year. COVID at the forefront of our minds, and a real impact in just directly access to work, factories, supply chains, uncertainty in customer demand. We also have Brexit, with the deal still being negotiated with Europe, which brings some uncertainty and maybe opportunity to UK-based manufacturers. And we have a longer term commitment, but I think an important part of the future growth is going to be around net zero and the UK's legislation to be net zero by 2050, which will bring market opportunities for new products and the requirement for manufacturers to think about their own emissions. And to address these, productivity as ever is central in terms of being competitive with whatever trade deals we have in place to win new business and to deal with some of the constraints that COVID put on us. Agility has been evidenced by things like the ventilator challenge, looking at how we can transfer automotive and aerospace supply chains into medtech devices and ventilators. And resilience is increasingly important from a national perspective. So we still believe that industrial digital technologies play a big role in addressing these challenges and building the capabilities that businesses need. IDTs, for short, will help to reduce lead time, automate factory efficiency, enable flexible production lines, and create new offerings or services. And these are some of the things that will really deliver that productivity, agility, and resilience that is evidently in need at the moment. So UK has long lagged behind some of its international peers, which is identified in the Made Smarter review in 2017. The recent Bouncing Back Smarter reports from Make UK has identified that actually 80% of UK manufacturers and businesses expect to have IDTs in place by 2025. So this is a huge change in the last year. And we've also seen a 5% increase in robotics installation across the UK. But that's still only 10% that of the equivalent install base in Germany over that period. And we still lag way behind international peers. The latest World Robotics report, not even showing UK on the chart here, UK in the early 20s in terms of install base for robots. So there's a need to demonstrate business case for these technologies in solving real problems. It's been seen as one of the barriers, alongside things like lack of skills, availability of finance, but this confidence in what the business case is and why we should invest, not just the technology push, has been an important and consistent message. As well as manufacturers, there's also a challenge around the UK manufacturing equipment community. So the charts you see here show the change from 2000 to 2018 in terms of top manufacturing outputs. UK slipping from number 5 back in 2000 down to number 9 currently. But you'll also see the change in terms of increasing content from China. The important message here is, though, that those top 4 nations in the 2018 figures are also the nations with the biggest outputs of manufacturing equipment in the world. We believe there's a strong correlation between the strength of the manufacturing base and the strength of the manufacturing technology community or equipment providers in a given nation. Now in the UK, we're actually 14th with 1% share of a 100 billion manufacturing systems market. So punching way below our weight. And there's a need to try and reinvigorate and stimulate a new manufacturing technology sector or growth of it. Another reason, as well as this correlation between manufacturing performance and manufacturing technology, another reason to think about this is the trend with digitalization, that we're seeing increasingly intelligence embedded in the manufacturing systems we deploy. The manufacturing know-how of engineers is now becoming increasingly embedded in those systems. So a fusion of engineering models, know-how, and data builds the system intelligence. And it's going to be increasingly important that the value add comes from the technology, that we're producing that technology in the UK. So manufacturing technology providers, the UK must produce as well as use this technology. We've got a biggest tech sector in Europe, so it's not all bad news. We're third in the world. We've got a strong, resilient manufacturing base and great manufacturing know-how. We've got a world-class academic and innovation base. So with these ingredients, and also the opportunity brought by product disruption in terms of electrification of transport, next-generation energy supplies, this means that new manufacturing technology solutions are required to be brought to bear to meet those new product needs. So this is an opportunity to not provide me-too solutions, but to enter the market with new manufacturing technology. So essentially, we're seeing these two challenges we're trying to address with innovation hubs. One is to accelerate the uptake of industrial digital technologies from UK manufacturers and innovation. Another one is to catalyse a new UK manufacturing technology supply base. So to help the acceleration of uptake and innovation for manufacturers, we really want to be able to demonstrate solutions to real problems, not a technology push, but showing how digital technology can address real manufacturing problems. Provide an environment where we can rapidly test and develop solutions. And for the technology supply base, we want to provide an environment where we can rapidly test and iterate new manufacturing technology and demonstrate and connect the solutions to customers and partners. So these are the basic tenets of the Made Smarter Innovation Hubs. These were identified in the Made Smarter Review in 2017, as one of the key recommendations highlighted here. And the Innovation Hubs are actually key to some of the other recommendations as well around demonstrated innovation programs. So these Made Smarter Innovation Hubs will have two themes or two hubs, one around smart factory and one around digital supply chain. Both of these are crucial because a lot of the opportunity to drive performance improvements are related to the factory and supply chain, and often there's been maybe too little focus on the supply chain element. Today we're going to talk about the launch of the Smart Factory Hub pilot. But these hubs provide a digital ecosystem, a national network or cluster of existing facilities, working with industry to develop and demonstrate, test new innovative applications, and enabling step changes in productivity, resilience, flexibility, and sustainability, the key challenges that we see we're facing currently as a nation. The hubs provide three functions. They operate as a technology testbed. That's a space for technology providers to test, develop, and showcase their solutions. They also operate as a demonstrator of integrated technology solutions addressing a particular use case. These use cases may be focused on a particular sector, particular manufacturing process, but all trying to address a real manufacturing challenge and showing how the technology can meet that need. And then also providing a sandpit environment for users to innovate, develop, and de-risk solutions before deploying. So this is for quickfire innovation projects, both for users of manufacturing technology, manufacturers, and developers of manufacturing technology in that testbed sense. So the Smart Factory Testbed pilot is being launched now, this month, and funded through the Manufacturing Made Smarter RCF Challenge. The pilot is intended to test out ideas, gauge reaction, and develop testbeds that are ready for a wider rollout in 2021, and also inform the nature of that bigger pilot program, 20 million funding to come next year. The pilots and testbeds will address a series of sector challenges. So we're looking at sectors such as food and drink, aerospace, pharmaceutical, automotive. These are all within the pilot program launching now. A range of manufacturing processes from forging, machining, additive to composites formulation, and across a range of regions across the UK. So Glasgow, Darlington, Sheffield, Liverpool, Coventry, and Bristol. Here is a matrix of the pilots that are produced, or the sites that are coming on live with the Smart Factory pilot. So housed in the HVM Catapult sites in our key locations, also Liverpool as one of our satellite facilities, and covering a range of manufacturing technologies and sector focus requirements. So food and drink, electronics sector, aerospace sector, pharmaceutical sector, and then technologies looking at additive manufacturing, connected factories, cybersecurity, assisted automation, assisted assembly, forging, composites processing, formulation. A couple of examples of these. This is going to be available at the MTC in Coventry, and each of these in the pilots, this is not funding coming from the RCF program to build new assets. It's about leveraging existing capability and assets around the UK Innovation Network, in this case HVM Catapult, to provide these new functions of technology test beds for vendors and producers of technology, demonstrators for manufacturers to come and understand the opportunity, and a sandpit environment for those manufacturers and process engineers to explore solutions. In this case, around additive manufacturing through the whole additive life cycle, from design, materials, quality and life inspection, programming, post-processing. We also have an opportunity on digitally supported manual operations at Warwick Manufacturing Group. This was built originally on an automotive use case, but could be applicable to a range of sectors. Here you see assembly of automotive chairs. And again, the same functionality replaced the test technology around vision systems, AR, and be able to demonstrate some of those solutions and provide an environment where users can come and test their solutions before deploying them, looking at sensor technology and augmented reality. We also have an innovation hub looking at pharmaceuticals. So looking at bioreactors, automated sampling, machine learning models, predictive control for model development and process characterization. Again, offering this test bed demonstrator sandpit environment. This one is up in Darlington at CPI. And we have a test bed here on legacy systems. This is going to be in Sheffield at the AMRC, connecting to this legacy machine tools or robots and demonstrating how you can derive value from extracting data, improving productivity, performance and uptime for machine tools and robots. So we have another 10 of these available through this pilot phase. So hopefully you're excited now and enticed. How do you engage? Well, the pilot phase is live now. During the pilot phase, there's no cost to UK manufacturers or technology providers to use the demonstrator, testbed or sandpit facilities. These are accessible for you now. And the pilots are really intended to test out ideas and assess user requirements. They're going to be virtual and physical access. With the COVID restrictions, every asset will have a virtual element as well. Facilitated virtual and physical demonstrators of the technology, and the ability to run short projects as a manufacturer or tech provider. And they can be delivered partly remotely if you can't access the physical asset due to COVID restrictions. This will all inform the full Made Smarter Innovation Hub rollout next year. So if you want to make contact, please get in touch with us initially through HVM Catapult at the Made Smarter at hvmcatapult.org.uk, but also through the Made Smarter Manufacturing ISCF team, led by Chris Courtney, your local HVM Catapult Centre. You've seen most of those listed throughout the presentation. Through the Knowledge Transfer Network, we're supporting this, or you can engage with the Digital Accelerator at Digital Catapult, which is for tech companies who can also get access through the accelerator to this programme. There's the ATI Accelerator as well, which covers a broader range of manufacturing technology and aerospace relative relevant technologies. And then there's the Made Smarter website, which also has points to the Made Smarter adoption programme in the northwest of England. So please get in touch with us through the HVM Catapult. Happy to host you, field any questions. We want to get started now and bring as many of as we can on this journey to explore and really deliver value to accelerate the performance of the manufacturing base in the UK through digital technologies. Thank you.
Every year, the High Value Manufacturing Catapult meets thousands of ambitious small businesses like yours who see an opportunity to make big gains. But it's not easy. The cost and effort needed to take an idea to market can be risky, especially for smaller companies. We're here to help. Whatever your size, we give you the power to transform the products you sell, the way you make them, and the skills of your workforce, improving your company's performance. Embrace innovation and get in touch today.